Let's make one thing perfectly crystal clear. You're not going to lose fat, if that's your goal, by taking a pill, sitting on your ass, and not doing a goddamn thing. However, if you have a healthy nutrition plan and you're active, whether you're taking steps in the gym, participating in something like yoga, bar, Pilates, whatever it may be, taking a dietary supplement in the fat loss category, if formulated well enough, could potentially help you supplement and help you reach the goals of fat loss. Fat loss is a goal of so many people, whether it's a New Year's resolution, whether it's something you're getting ready for summer, maybe you're getting ready for a wedding, or you just want to look and feel better. Most people tend to look in the mirror and say, yeah, I probably could shed a few more pounds. And if that's you, then this video here and this supplement I'm about to talk about could be one for you to consider, especially if you're a person who's typically on the go and needs a convenient form of a fat loss product that could help you reach your goals. I'm Ryan Buckeye, fitness informant, founder, and CEO, here with a product breakdown of Supps Black Series. This is their Shred-X Thermogenic Capsules. Now, Supps, which is the US arm of Applied Nutrition, which is a UK-based company that is publicly traded, one of the largest dietary supplement companies on the planet in the UK, has this awesome on-the-go capsule-based fat loss product. Now, there's a big difference between a capsule-based product and when we look at their powdered-based thermogenic product, which is also called Shred-X. So, not to confuse the two, you do have two different forms. You have a powdered form and you have a capsule form. The reason being is capsule forms are more formulated and designed for on-the-go convenience factors, while the powder can tend to give you a little bit more active ingredients because you're not limited in a size capsule. In a capsule, you really want to try to keep the capsule sizes to like 3 to 4 max per serving because people generally have a hard time swallowing pills. That's just kind of how it is. So today we're going to talk about the Supps Black Series Shred-X Extreme Thermogenic Capsule Powder Formula. Let's break down the SFP. We're going to go down this line by line, but this is a 30-serve capsule. You could potentially take 2 servings of this if you're more of an advanced user, which then becomes now a 15-serve particular product. But again, that's going to be up for you to decide. Let's first start with the first ingredient here at 400 milligrams, which is green tea extract. Green tea extract contains 2 components that are super beneficial to fat loss, one being caffeine. I think a lot of people watching this video understand and know what caffeine does. Caffeine can produce a energy level type spike feel, although it's an anti-fatigue ingredient. It can help stimulate the CNS, your central nervous system, which can potentially help increase metabolism, and it can also help suppress your appetite so you're not busy eating or just eating when you feel like you're hungry all the time. The other component that is super beneficial is a component called EGCG. So EGCG has several different components to it that is beneficial. One, it can increase body temperature, also known as thermogenesis. Obviously, this is called an extreme thermogenic, so you can expect some increase in body temperatures. The other is it can help manage and regulate blood glucose levels, and there's some really cool studies out there that show how it can help with insulin sensitivity, making sure that glucose is being burned off as fuel, not stored as fat. So having that in your arsenal in terms of a dietary supplement ingredient can be an extremely beneficial ingredient. Again, that's at 400 milligrams. It does yield 180 milligrams of EGCG, which is great. We have more details on this over at fitnessinformant.com. You can click the link below in the description box to take you over there to learn a little bit more about that. The total amount of caffeine in this particular product is 200 milligrams. I like that in a fat loss product. I think some fat loss products that give you about 300 milligrams or more of caffeine are really designed to be a fat-burning pre-workout versus a fat burner that you just take at 2 o'clock in the afternoon because you want to. This will provide a nice little pick-me-up, especially if you are, hours away from your workout, if you already worked out in the morning, or maybe even hours away from your workout in the afternoon. You can take something midday like this that'll help give you that energy bump that you're looking for, the anti-fatigue bump that you're looking for, while stimulating your central nervous system and increasing metabolism and doing all the other plethora of benefits that I mentioned that caffeine can do in a fat-burning product. Next ingredient here is cayenne pepper extract at 200 milligrams. Now, this is exactly like you read this, cayenne pepper extract. It contains capsaicin, which can increase thermogenesis. It can help literally melt off fat in the body. Now, it's not like you take capsaicin or a cayenne pepper extract product and the fat just like melts away. It doesn't work necessarily like that, but research does show that the increase in thermogenesis and the potential to help melt fat away can actually lead to more caloric burn on a day-to-day basis versus somebody who does not consume a cayenne pepper extract product. At 200 milligrams, it's a nice dosage here. Next ingredient here is olive leaf extract. This is a really cool ingredient, and it's not new to dietary supplements. In fact, I've seen them in other fat burners as well, but it's not something that people are like, hey, let's throw olive leaf extract in this fat burner. What it really can do is really help your body get into a state of fat burning. It can help your body kickstart into that state of like, hey, it's time to burn more fat. It also can help regulate blood sugar levels. And this is a big key factor as we talk about any fat loss supplement, because blood sugar, glucose, when you consume carbohydrates, they have kind of two options when they get into the body. They can be stored as fat, or they can be transported into the muscle cells and be burned off as fuel. We use carbs as a source of fuel in your workouts, but again, if you're just popping this and sitting on the couch and still eating whatever you want, chances are it's not going to be burning off that glucose in which way you want it to. So by regulating insulin sensitivity and making sure that you can kind of control those insulin spikes, and then obviously transporting the glucose to where it needs to go to be burned off as fuel, is highly important when it comes to fat loss. Again, you get 200 milligrams of olive leaf extract. Next ingredient here is choline bitartrate at 183 milligrams. This does yield 75 milligrams of choline. Why have a nootropic type of an ingredient in a fat burning product? I've always been a proponent, like, people tend to busy eat. I used to do it. I'm sure that if you're watching this video, you probably do it too. You're bored, so what do? You go to the fridge, you go to the pantry, you grab something, you start eating. Whether it's candy, cookies, high carb stuff, sugary stuff, processed stuff, doesn't matter. But when you have choline and elevated levels of choline in the body, you tend to not busy eat. You tend to not gravitate to be like, hey, I'm bored, I need to go do something. Keeps you focused, especially if your goal is fat loss. Having a choline or a tyrosine, something of that nature, can be beneficial to help keeping you on track to reach your goals. Next ingredient here is tyrosine at 150 milligrams. Now, tyrosine by itself at 150 milligrams, probably not going to get a huge benefit from it. And so, I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about tyrosine in this particular product. It is a non-essential amino acid. It can help elevate focus and memory, and it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So it's a nice little touch here. Again, you're not going to get a massive benefit from $150 milligrams of tyrosine, but it doesn't hurt to have it, and it's not going to deter you from reaching your goals. Next ingredient here is theanine at 150 milligrams. Theanine can help elevate mood. This is a cool, unique ingredient that I like to see in fat burners for a couple different reasons. For one, it is extremely hard to burn fat and achieve fat loss when you have elevated levels of cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone. If your cortisol levels are through the roof because you have many external and internal stresses in your life, whether it is your job, finances, whatever it might be, your body tends to shut down and does not want to burn fat in the which way it wants to. You have a much better opportunity to burn fat, to lose weight, when you're in a good, happy mood. That's just facts. So theanine at 150 milligrams can help put you into a better state of mind, a better state of being, a better mood, therefore reducing the hope of those elevated cortisol levels that you may be suffering from. Also, if you are on an extreme weight loss diet and you are limiting your food intake in terms of calories, or even limiting the food selection, you need to elevate mood, because I understand, I know, I've been there, I've done that. It gets tough, it gets hard, so you want to have something in your back pocket like theanine that potentially help put you in a good mood. Next ingredient here is theacrine at 50 milligrams. Theacrine in this particular product here can actually work really well with caffeine to help keep those energy levels sustained for a longer period of time. It can help even stimulate that central nervous system as well to help burn off more calories as fuel. Can help potentially keep you away from things like busy eating, like we talked about before, because it can help slightly suppress your appetite. Next ingredient here is acetyl L-carnitine at 25 milligrams. Now, carnitine, a lot of brands tend to promote carnitine as a fat loss ingredient. In a roundabout way, it can help transport fatty lipids and be burned off as fuel, which therefore you then in turn could potentially burn more fat. Now, at 25 milligrams of acetyl L-carnitine, not a huge benefit there as well, but again, mind you, it is a capsule. It's not a bad thing to have, but it's not going to like change the way that you lose weight. Then you have a bunch of B vitamin complexes in here, which is extremely beneficial in terms of energy levels. And when you're deficient in vitamin B, you could be really fatigued. You have a harder time to lose weight because you're just not there. So by having a sufficient amount of B vitamins, it can help give you some energy boost. It can help burn more calories through increased metabolism. Not a bad thing. Again, a lot of people are deficient in vitamins across the board, not just vitamin B, but it's nice to have the vitamin B complex here. Last ingredient here is chromium at 116 micrograms. When you look at chromium, chromium has a lot of cool benefits in terms of glucose regulation, insulin sensitivity, making sure that those glucose levels are actually being burned off as fuel versus stored as fat. There's, again, good benefits because of our diets of today. When we consume carbohydrates, if we're not being physically active, then we're having a hard time burning off those carbohydrates, which turn the glucose in the body as fuel. We tend to store them as fat, and therefore we weight gain versus weight loss. So again, it's a simple, convenient, on-the-go capsule fat loss product that potentially could help increase thermogenesis, your body temperature. It could help keep you away from busy eating. It could help suppress your appetite. And it also does a multitude of different things when it comes to your insulin levels and your glucose levels in your body. If you want more breakdown on this particular product, look below in the description box to take you over to fitnessinformant.com, our blog, to read a line item by line item breakdown of this particular SFP. In addition, if you like this and you're looking for an on-the-go convenient fat loss capsule, I'll have a link below in the description to take you over to Applied's website where you can purchase this product as well as a potential coupon code to save you a few dollars. Make sure you subscribe to our social media channels. We will post short format content of this video there. We are on TikTok, we are on Instagram and Facebook. If you like that long format version here, make sure you subscribe by clicking on the red subscribe now button below to subscribe to our YouTube channel for all the free content that we produce right here at Fitness Informant. And for more dietary supplement reviews, rankings, news, deals, workout plans, and more, check us out on our official website. We're online at fitnessinformant.com.